Hey guys, what's happening, my Megaten? This is Jay with Douchebag Brigade, and so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about where to really get into Megami Tensei as a whole. And I've done a few iterations of this. I've done for specific players that are in, I believe, action RPGs, and I've done some for the more casual players. But now I want to get into something a little deeper, maybe something that makes it a little bit of a inclination to play for people who maybe just aren't real JRPG fans necessarily, but they're more of a strategy-based or tactical-based RPG type of player. I guess it still falls under JRPG, but let's just figure we call it an SRPG or TRPG. And so the reason I think that this might appeal to some is because you will get people from time to time who aren't big on the turn-based formula because they're bored of it, or they haven't played something that has something as intricate as like Shin Megami Tensei or Persona has, but they've played the original Final Fantasies, or they've played different iterations that kind of just don't change enough or deviate enough from the turn-based formula. And so sometimes those people actually like the strategy RPG because there's more to control, there's a little more to it, and has that chess-like feeling to it. And so in doing so, I'm going to get into a little bit into the games that I feel might be good fits. And no, we're not talking Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem, because as you know, that did not turn out in any way to be what we expected. Though that's what I imagined would have been something like this. No, actually, I'm going to go a little bit deeper, and there's going to be two different formats here that I think will fit someone who's into tactical RPGs best. There's the formulaic piece of what matters to you most. Are you patient? Are you the kind of person that enjoyed Eternal Poison or Tactics Ogre on PS2, where you actually have to sit and wait, quite some time before you have control again? Did you enjoy, or are you more of a fast-paced Disgaea kind of tactical role-playing fan? Because really, they differ to some extent in more of a patience virtue. And so, if you're a little bit more into the speedy, crisp, clean, tactical battles, but you still enjoy a little bit of you enjoy, really, really strong tactical processes, you're going to probably look at a game like Majin Tensei. Now, I know everyone's probably expecting me to say Devil Survivor, and I am a big fan of the Devil Survivor games. I think they're probably one of the better spin-offs out of the from the Megaten's SMT mainline. And I'm sure, obviously Persona's huge, but I would say out of the spin-offs, direct spin-offs, Devil Survivor was one of the greatest new spin-offs, in my opinion, that they had done in a long time. However, that being said, they don't take my number one position for somebody who likes tactical RPGs. I'm actually going to, in that case, kind of push you in the angle of Majin Tensei and Majin Tensei 2. They've both been translated in their entirety into English, thanks to translator Tom and his team. And, at this point, I would say this. Even between 1 and 2, Majin Tensei 1 and 2, there are enough differences to where I would recommend you playing one or the other first. Now, visually, if you're a visual tactical RPG person, these games, they actually do not in any way really let you down. In fact, I would say the sprite work in some senses is better than it is in Devil Survivor. And most newer iteration games, remember, these are Super Famicom or Super Nintendo basically based games, which is kind of crazy that they've held up in the imagery as long as they have. So when you're playing Majin Tensei 1, it still has all of the Demon Fusion aspects you would like, and it's called Demon Remix, which is an interesting take. The 90s remixes were getting big in rap, right? So maybe they took it from that to kind of have that cool essence to it. And so the remix system is similar to any other Demon Fusion system. It doesn't really have much of a difference to it other than the name. And everything is kind of controlled from that top perspective. Now, it's not like Tactics Ogre where you see the little attack on the screen. It actually uses some beautiful sprite work where you attack or get attacked by the enemy in a Shining Force style. Now, difference between this and Shining Force is you don't see your main character on the page versus the other character. You see a battle animation or sprite animation done showing the damage or you receiving the damage. It didn't go as far as to show a double screen. I'm not sure the reasoning behind it. However, the sprite work in Majin Tensei 1 is large and beautiful. Probably the most beautiful sprite work for in a battle situation on a SNES or Super Famicom style game. However, they're static images. They don't move. And also, you only see the attackee on the screen. So what that means is the person performing the attack will not be shown. You'll just see the attack that is being used to damage the character. So you'll see the enemy being attacked, essentially. Again, it speeds up the process a little bit, which may have been done for that reason. I'm not 100% sure. As the Majin Tensei 2 is fleshed out a bit more. So it may have been done just to give you a little bit of speed, but it certainly wasn't necessary. I think it had more to do with the artwork and the animation being very impressive. Maybe it was a bit too much on their first try to get it down pat. Anyway, but so with that being said, sprite animation is still beautiful. Honestly, it puts SMT1, SMT2, and IF kind of to shame when it comes to sprite work. And those games are beautiful in their own right. So I can only tell you how nice it is. The gameplay is definitely good. It's fun. It's different. I like how they've used extras as something really special in these games, both iterations. In SMT 1, 2, and IF, extras are a little bit more just like you happen to have an extra attack that uses either HP or MP. But there wasn't much to them. Sometimes they're awesome, sometimes they're like, eh. In this game, they can really tip the tide of battle, and it's really important to know what extras you're getting, and you inherit extras. So that's a bit different than what we're accustomed to with trait passings. In this game, your traits, your extras, you can build up a character to have 10, 20 extras. So it's pretty crazy, meaning that you could have like a fire or strength-based demon, and he could actually get the extra for an ice attack. So it really, again, tips the tide of battle when you're trying to affect weaknesses. And so, Majin Tensei 1 would be my recommendation to play first if you're going to play 2. However, the games differ slightly too. 2 has more to do, more exploration, and a bit more actual tactical gameplay to it. And what I mean by that is it just has more, a little bit more customizable parts. However, both games, again, very impressive. Both games are probably the first, other than the last Bible series, they're probably the first Shin Megami Tensei games where you can actually equip your demons with weapons and armor. And actually, to be honest, I don't know too many iterations other than Majin Tensei where you can do that. Last Bible is really the only one that pops to mind, and I think it's really a cool differentiating. Oh man, daylight savings killing me. Differentiating factor from those other games. Now again, I have been like a fanboy for the Majin Tensei series since I've played it. It's really been an incredible journey. They're very difficult games, and they're going to take a lot out of you. They're not simplistic at all. And quite frankly, they're difficult. Because this is a permadeath game. This is not, you die, you can resurrect later. In fact, I have, to this point, not found, and I beat Majin Tensei 2 in its entirety, never found Smear Karm. So as far as I'm aware, there is no way to revive a character who's fallen. At this point, I am unaware of any way to do so. No item that I found, nothing. So when your guy dies, it's dead. Doesn't matter if you rank, and they do rank ups in this game. So all of your demons level up, rank up, which is basically done as a level up. And when they do, they also will learn certain extras at certain ranks. However, there is no stopping point for ranking up. They could rank up 40 to 50 times. So keeping demons for some time does have positive attributes in this game. You know, fusion is, I would say, is necessary to a point, but it's not something that you can't move on without. So, point being, though, as a tactical RPG, this game does so much more than what you're accustomed to on Super Famicom games. I mean, Tactics Ogre, as a child, was one of my favorite tactical RPGs, and as was Shining Force. Both of those games, in a lot of ways, failed to compete with a game like Majin Tensei 2. When Majin Tensei 2, the artwork, again, is beautiful. However, it is not as beautiful with the sprite imagery as they did with Majin Tensei 1, but that's because it's no longer static. The characters move during these battle animations, and you see both characters intertwined in the battle as you would in Shining Force. Or there's more animation, I would say, than with the Shining Force actual battle animation. So, there is that. But these games, they really are the epitome of a strategy RPG or a tactical RPG. It's sad that the third iteration killed it based on, I guess, the horrendous graphics for the Sega Saturn. I have yet to play the third iteration, though I am willing, of course, to play it if anyone could translate it for me. I am one of the small voices in the room that would be willing to deal with the slow load times and the bad graphics in order to try out the game and see if the gameplay could resemble what we had. And I've heard that it has a cool story. And remember that, I mean, half the reason we play RPGs, you know, is with the type of battle style most have, is for that story. So I'm totally down to try that game out. I'd be willing to put myself through the hell to let's play it for everyone, or live stream, whatever is preferred. Probably let's play it so people can watch as they want. However, at this point, obviously that's not an option. There are also games, and I'm going to be putting together a video for this down the line. There are a ton of mobile games that were just made for specific phones made in Japan. And Majin Tensei has two iterations called Majin Tensei Blind Thinker 1 and Majin Tensei Blind Thinker 2. Again, I'm a Majin Tensei fan, and I would love to play these iterations. So, I mean, I'm really all about this spin-off. I don't know why one bad game murdered it in its entirety, because Devil Survivor is not the renaissance for it in which I would have hoped, and I love Devil Survivor as well. But Devil Survivor is more like a mixture of tactical RPG with turn-based. It has a, you go into your own battle sequence, and I love this game. I adore this game. However, I would like to see another Majin Tensei game be made in the same vein as its original iterations. So, that being said, if you are a tactical RPG fan, if you like Tactics Ogre, if you like Shining Force, if you like Eternal Poison, if you like Suikoden Tactics, if you like a tactics-based RPG, you do not have to go far to find what I feel is one of the best tactical RPGs of all time through all consoles. This includes PS2, which was a bit of a haven for tactical RPGs. This game, in a way, is revolutionary to the tactical RPG format. I've never seen anything quite like it. And you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't play it, if you're into tactical RPGs. So, anyway, I hope this gave some people some motivation to give it a try. I know that Translator Tom worked really hard on getting this done for everyone when I believe Aeon Genesis just dropped the ball on it, I believe. Or maybe Aeon Genesis is the one that completed with him. Forgive me for that mistake. Anyway, point is, this game was worked hard on for a long time. And honestly, it's a shame that more people haven't picked it up. I actually had a conversation with Translator Tom. Most people have not played this game. They almost didn't bother to translate Majin Tensei 1 because of the actual poor, I guess, reception, or the poor amount of people that have actually tried this out since its incarnation. You got to stick with this for more than, 2-3 minutes. This is a game that's a tactical RPG. Maps sometimes can take a few hours. So this is a game you have to put time and spend time on. This is not going to be a quick done deal like an action RPG. But anyway, I hope you guys look into this game. More people should play it. It really is, as Eric RPG would say, an underrated gem. And so, anyway, that was a pretty good imitation. I think you guys like that. But this really is an underrated gem and needs to be played. Anyway, this is Jay with Douchebag Brigade. Hope you guys will give this game a shot, and I'm out.